there, I'm Jonathan Williamson from Porsche Center Calgary. Today we're going to be taking a look into Cosmos Collision, which is our Porsche certified collision center. I'd like to introduce to you the owner of Cosmos Collision.
Hi, Loc Ngo, yes. Please follow. This is the operation center. This is where we do paperwork. When the customer come in, we do booking, estimating, and we process everything right here. So everything we do is start from right here. So okay, so now let's
So tell us a little bit about the shop and when did you open this shop?
So we opened Cosmos Collision since 2008, February 25th to be exact, and then we operate at the other location for 3 years before we move them down here. So right now we own this facility. So the advantage of that is we can constantly improve the shop because now you can look at the lighting, the ventilation, and we keep the shop nice and clean so that the customer will be really happy when they bring the car in here. Yes, I support Porsche and I ride Porsche and I support the vehicle. So you see that right there. I'm a proud member of the White Rose Porsche Club and I support other chapter too, so Vancouver Island.
So Loc, tell me a little bit about this sign. I know it's something very special to you.
Yeah, so this one here, one day by chance, from an acquaintance, I know that someone in Vancouver, they want to sell two of the Porsche vintage side. He acquired from a dealer that he worked for 25 years. So after a lengthy interview, I told him that I want the side here so that I can reserve them and I hang them up so that everyone can see. I asked him to have a history of the side. He put them in an envelope, he sealed them. I tapped them on the back of the side and I have him say his name on it. So he sealed them over here, so I put a clear coat on to protect them and then we hang them up here. I have one side here and one on the other side. So I have been a member of the White Rose Club here for 7 years. Right now, I have a 2018 GTS and I have a 2018 Cayenne and another one is the 89G model.
Right.
That's the one we put them on for a Porsche Classic of Canada contest. Yeah.
So we know here at Cosmos you guys do a little bit more than just collision repair. So this is pretty much a full restoration, isn't it?
Yeah. So for me, this business here is a passion for me, and now I love to restore Porsche because the part of me I want to reserve all about heritage here.
Oh, it looks so good in the sunlight. Wow. What a stunner. All right. How does it feel to see it out in the sunlight now?
It's beautiful because this one here is the best color I ever paint on any car.
Absolutely.
Because this one here is just perfect for 914. And the customer, he have an exceptional good choice of the color. They call it the denim blue. It's the Mercedes color.
Right.
But you look at it, they change color depend on the sun. And then when you look at it, it's just like the sector of the jean. You have a sea of purple on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
From the factory, likely it wouldn't have been painted the same way, you know what I mean? Like all the panels that you don't see are painted here in this case, where in the factory it would have just been something else.
So in the factory, so they will have the door mount and they open the door.
Yep.
They paint them, but they don't paint the inside.
Right.
They don't cover everything. But here, You see that we paint, for factory don't paint the inside. Here, they just paint on the outside perimeter of the panel only,
Right.
not the whole thing, like here. And same with the floor. And then you look at the cavity here. So factory, they seal them, they put primer, but they don't paint the whole thing. Okay. So now we do restoration, so the level of care and everything, so it's different. So we paint everything. Yeah. That Richard, he the proud owner, because when it's done, for sure, he will bring them back and then, yeah.
Great. Excellent. Well, we can't wait to catch up with you once once it's ready. Cool. All right. Well, let's move on to Loc's Corner. And here's his personal Porsche 911 GTS, and he has a couple other surprises that he's going to share with us today. Tell us a little bit about this corner and what makes everything in here so special to you.
So on this one here, we call it Loc Corner because it just I start a car, yeah, for the winter, but it showcase my passion because, yeah, that's the GTS there. I mean, that's a dream. Yeah, it's just a beautiful car, the handling and everything. You cannot have any complaint or you cannot have any negative. Because this is the only car ever I can go around the corner at whatever speed and keep one hand on the steering wheel and I not worry. Yeah, because the handling so precise. And this one here, this 1957 Volkswagen bus. This another showcase of German technology because 1957, but they built a car so strong but simple. So that's it. And another my passion is scooter. Yeah. So I restore them, and for me, this is a way to reserve our heritage because those things here when it's gone, it's gone.
Yes.
You don't see them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah, they're all lots of components intricately placed, and everything has a purpose, right? Like
Yes.
there's just so much thought and precision behind every single thing that we have in here. So yeah, and it's kind of neat to actually seeing your GTS up here and being able to see the rear end underneath here, and seeing how closely put together everything is. And you know, this isn't a view that a lot of people get every day.
Yes, exactly. And right now, when I see the sunset out there, I'm just really itchy to take this one out for a spin right now. I can't even wait.
Well, it's almost sports car season. You're going to be letting it out pretty soon, I have a feeling.
Yes, because typical, I take them out in middle of May, but the way it's right now, and I'm so anxious for it. So I said maybe middle of April, I take them out because I cannot look at it and not driving it. Yeah. The dealer on the Porsche Classic.
Wow, look at those. They're absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. So this seat here is custom, right? And the letter here, two-tone, and on the letter here is to Porsche spec. So it's not just the whatever letter. No, they call them tobacco.
Tobacco.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is probably even nicer than original spec, hey? Just.
Oh, yes. This one is way nicer because this one here, the leather now compared to 30 years ago, this is the top quality leather. And then the interior of my the vehicle. So before plastic.
Yep.
So now we cover everything in leather.
Oh,
Real
wow.
leather. So. And on the Dutch vehicle, they come with on the modern technology. Majority of them still Porsche, but the quality is way better than before. So now with the Porsche Classic program, when the dealer go to the vehicle, then it will be actually better than when they left the factory.
Yes.
No doubt about it. Yeah. Yes. So whenever the vehicle come in here, we repair. We insist on using OEM parts. So you see on the bin here, original Mercedes, original Audi, Porsche, and everything. Repair the vehicle. Everything we use to work on here down to a minor detail. We always use original part. The minor thing, information emblem, original, down to little nut and bolt. Everything is from the manufacturer. You see that in this shop here, whenever the customer drop the car off, so first thing we do, we bring them in, and then we wash, we clean the car, we inspect them, make sure we check, make sure everything works, the window, the light, and the dashboard and everything, and then we wash, we clean them before we send them over to the technician to work on. And if we have the car with an accident, we bring them in here, we put them in this section here, and then we take them apart, we do an estimate. Yes. When we work on the vehicle, we have the original scanner. So this one from Porsche, and then we have the computer scanner. That's the same as the dealer, same equipment. This is a passion. It's not just a product. It's not a job. It's something. It's a passion. We want something that we cherish, we love so much, and then we want it to be how to describe them. Right? We said perfection is not even good enough. This one for the neck load, and you see that we match them up ready, and typically they have the color mix up. So as soon that one done, they put that one out, this one come and they repeat. Aluminum workstation. Yeah.
Loc's heavily invested in the aluminum repair section of his shop. So this is where aluminum vehicles are repaired, and there's all these specialized tools that are brought in from Germany.
Now this one is steel, but when we work on aluminum, so requirement we have to close it off, and then on this one here you can see this one here, this material here, fire roof, and then but they're reflecting, so that they reflect the light, so when we close them up you don't see the shadow, so the technician when they look at it, the light will not blind them. On the rivet we use in here, we use original rivet. So let's say on the this one here, the insert from Porsche, so we have the marking here, so yeah.
OEM Porsche rivets down to the rivet.
Yeah.
This must be expensive.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And when we work on this vehicle like this, we not taking anything for less, because there is different when people buy the Porsche, because the way they put them together, so everything works in harmony. So now, when you repair them, if you have even a tiny 73-cent washer that not designed and approved by Porsche, then your vehicle will not perform the same way. So simple as that. And then in here, on the tool we use here, see, everything here, those tools, they will never see steel. No cross-contamination. Yeah.
So does the red mean it's for aluminum only? Is that correct?
For aluminum only. And then on this one here, you see that approved by Porsche, so it has it from Germany.
Has it official German tools?
Yeah. Yeah. And then this frame machine here, this is a sled, so they stand for precision. It's the best piece of equipment when you repair the car, because they bring them back to the original dimension.
Right.
So on the aluminum, number one thing you worry is the corrosion. So when you work on the aluminum car, if you have any steel, they land on or they contaminate on the area that you're working on, then they will lead to corrosion. So we have to keep it clean. So that way on the equipment here, and we have a specialty vacuum. So because aluminum, actually the fine powder from aluminum is very dangerous.
Right.
So we have a specialty protective equipment here. So in case we have a fire or something, that's the only thing they can put out the fire. Yeah. So we have one out there.
Yeah.
And then so this one here, you see on the machine here, everything you see VAS here, VAS here and here. So on the design for and approved by the manufacturer, and then they have slots so you can put the software on. So when you weld them, even on certain Porsche, you have to set them different way so that you can weld them the right way. Correct? Yes.
Yes.
Without a photo, you don't know, or how do you know the repair will be done properly? So we took a lot of photo every step of the way, and then we provide the customer with the invoice for part, and the customer, they can call the dealer to verify that, because so that they know that every part we buy, we don't return them, but we actually work, put on the car, install on, repair, and then we take picture. And mechanical work, everything done at the dealer with the invoice.
So Loc, tell me, what is the most exciting one that you've been able to collect recently?
One that I'm really excited when I get them a one here.
911 GT2 RS Club Sport. What makes that one so special for you?
That's one there. We work on several of the GT2 RS. So one day I walked into the dealer, and then I saw this display case here. And I talked to Derek, and he introduced me to the collection. Then I bought one case and two cars, and he gave me a couple to start with. Then I realized that most of them, they come with the limited edition, so a number vehicle. So that way I just start to collect them, because
how can you not, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But this
Prized
one here,
possession.
yes, yeah, that's my most prized possession. Yes.
Exactly, and there's so many little details to it. Exactly,
Yes.
like that.
And this one
Very
here, a number 958 of 2017 issue. Every tiny detail and the workmanship is impeccable.
Stuck.
That we cannot put them down the shop, so we have to keep them in here. The best equipment on. I insist that we have to use the same equipment.
So what got you into scooters originally?
Scooter. I grew up in Vietnam, and in an Asia country, a scooter is the part of a culture. So people use a scooter to go from A to B,
Yep.
Daily transportation. So I grew up with it, and now try to relieve my memory. And the customer, he picked up the car in Germany, he rode them, and then have an accident. They offered to fix the car in Germany before they ship them over, but he insisted that they have to bring the car back to Calgary, and we fix it here locally. So of course, the vehicle come here, and the customer, he called me, and then he very specific, said, "Loc, can we meet after?" So 6 o'clock, so we can talk. So he came in. We went over to his vehicle, and he asked me to show him around, show him the shop, and then as we talk, then he will look at my shoe, and then he said, "Oh, Alan Edmond." Then I said, "Yes, Wilbur." And I look at his shoe, they're the same.
Yes.
Yeah, and then he will, and after that, he looked at me, a little bit funny. Then he grabbed my hand, and then he said Rolex. Then I said IWC. Yeah. So that is something that a different brand of watch.
Yeah.
Right. So we're different. And then he tell me, "You like camera?" I said yes. So he said Nikon. Then I said Leica. And then he said, "Okay, I make the right choice." Yeah. Yeah, because what I see is that a lot of our customers, I share the same passion with them. We like quality, we like speed, and then we like to find nothing in life. And so yeah, so that is just one example because I seen them all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time I have a customer come to the shop here, and then I came out and greet him. He busy to do sign some his document. So when I saw his pen, then I said Mont Blanc UNICEF. He looked at me. I put my pattern pen and show him. Then he said, "Here's the key."
See, so it's all about relationships, much like when you come into the dealership that we're here to find our commonality and to make sure that you're happy with the product and the service that you get. So we're all passionate, we're all enthusiasts, we all have a lot in common beyond just our passion for Porsche, but that passion for Porsche basically filters through almost every single thing we do every single day, right, Loc?
Yeah, and just right, because every time I deal with the customer, they come in here, I would say 90% of the time, then I have a friend, because we develop a lifetime relationship, and I give my customer a personal service.
Thank you so much for sharing your passion with us, Loc. You are definitely very inspirational. You're a wonderful local businessman, and of course, a fantastic client of ours as well. So we're very grateful to have this relationship with you as well, and work on these projects with you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Loc.
For everything.